Hey everyone, it's Ivan with kitbadger.com, here to bring you another gear review. Today, talking about lighters. This one right here, which is the titanLIGHT by Exotac. I have carried and used this guy for a number of months on a number of adventures. There are some pretty cool features built into this, but before we jump into this, what are some other things that maybe are out there on the market that we may or may not use? Well, Bic lighters, inexpensive, largely they work. Really handy. Have them in glove boxes, backpacks, around the house, all over the place. But issues you can run into with them is, depending on how they're carried, you can accidentally have them depress and essentially empty themselves of their fuel, unless you have something like an Exotac fire sleeve. And if they're empty of fuel, you basically just have a little sparker. Not ideal. Also, depending on where you are and elevation, they may or may not work. Something you can run into. Then we have other things that use liquid fuel in a wick, like a Zippo lighter. I think they're awesome, they're cool, largely for nostalgia. Practical application, not so much. One, they're not waterproof. Two, they don't have any seals or O-rings, so a problem you can run into is if you don't continually keep it topped off, you go to use it and all your fuel is evaporated and now it is useless. Now we enter something like this, the titanLIGHT by Exotac. titanLIGHT is machined out of aluminum here in the US. You have a spot to attach a lanyard up top, and you have two different O-ring seals. This is approximately 3.4 inches long, about 1 inch in diameter. Down here, one of the O-rings, you can go ahead and unscrew this to fill the lighter right here with Zippo or any other similar lighter fuel. And again, because of those O-rings, this is waterproof down to about 1 meter. Up here, short turn and the top comes off. Right here we can push this pin out, remove this to replace the flint if need be, and strike it. Got a windscreen around it, and again, that other O-ring. So this thing is in fact waterproof. Why is there a black band on it? This is a inner tube that I actually put on there, keep on there for in case of emergencies. Works great as a fire starter. Having used and carried this titanLIGHT for a while, what are my thoughts on it? I think it is a great lighter with respect to preparedness. Depending especially on climate, where you live, what you do, the ability to start a fire can be incredibly important. And I'm sure some people out there are like, well, I always carry my ferro rod, or better yet, a piece of flint and char cloth. I think those skills are great, primitive fire making skills. They're awesome. What do I think they're good for? I think they're good for going out and playing frontiersman in the woods. Like, they are not my go-to in an emergency when I need to start a fire. Awesome if you want to go out and practice those skills, roast marshmallows. I love doing that stuff with my boys. But if I'm in a situation where I need to get a fire started, because if I don't, myself, my boys, whoever it is, like, there will be serious consequences. I don't want to play around with a little ferro rod or anything like that. One, you have to get good tinder and everything like that. That will take a spark. That can be difficult sometimes. And in addition to that, some things just don't want to take a spark. Pretty much everything, given enough time, is going to light with a flame. And so, scenario, for example. Maybe you're out somewhere, your vehicle goes off the road, it gets stuck, it's no longer operable, there's no cell service, like, you need to get a fire started. I don't want to go scavenge for stuff that'll take a spark. What do you usually have in your car? Usually you have stuff that'll burn, like more than likely some sort of paper, right? Like whether it is old receipts or, I don't even know, bank statement or something like that. Children's books, pages in there, like, chances are you have something that will be able to take a flame to help you get a fire started. And while this will burn and you can get a spark on it and get it to burn, incredibly difficult getting paper to burn with a spark versus with a flame. So again, we have the ability to light a fire wherever we are if need be. I think that is super, super important. Again, too hot, damn. I just started my fire. All right, did not go as planned. Let's see if my receipt wants to light my little fire in here. Or just burn my hand. There we go. Fire on demand. Obviously not the way I'd planned. Unintentional rhyme. In my experience, are there any shortcomings with the titanLIGHT? I don't think so. Maybe some considerations. One, it's not tiny, so I guess if you're wearing skinny jeans, may or may not fit in your front pocket. But with this lanyard piece up top, it's pretty handy. One, either use it as a keychain or dummy cord it to your pack so you don't lose it, something along those lines. One thing I will say that I've had happen is pretty much every time I go to fill this, I put in too much fuel. How does that play out? Well, it doesn't really matter. Basically, when you open it up, this is all covered in fuel. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. You end up lighting it, and it burns off all the fuel that was on there. That also can happen, again, depending on where you are. If you go up in elevation pressures, it can end up pushing some fuel out, but it's sealed, it doesn't leak, doesn't get on anything. In my experience, pretty much a non-issue. These come in a number of different colors: black, gray, this orange, and green, I believe. Pick them up either directly through Exotac, or sometimes you can find them on Amazon, usually about 50 bucks. If you pick them up through Exotac and you're a member of the Badger Den, make sure to use your discount, save some money, get in them. And they are pretty rad little lighters. If you pick one up, let me know what it does for you. And if you enjoy my content and want to support it, I would greatly appreciate it. Whether you like and share videos or go over to kitbadger.com, end up picking up something from the store, KBAT, target pads, stickers, patches, whatever it may be, or supporting me directly through Patreon, I appreciate all of those things. Helps me get out and create more content for you guys. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.